Welcome to the Does This Happen to You podcast, where we explore the funny side of truth is stranger than fiction stories. Our story this week is from Oren Onken, who you'll find on medium.com, and here is, "It's tough driving my Tesla these days. I can't catch a break." Since 2020, I have owned one car, a Tesla Model Y. The car is great. It takes me where I want to go. It doesn't need gas or oil. It updates regularly over Wi-Fi. And if I let it, it can drive itself. What's not to like? Early on in my ownership adventure, I felt very cool driving my Tesla. It was distinctive looking, and there weren't many of them on the streets where I live. I would get approached in grocery store parking lots by car guys, and we would have geeky conversations about the technology under the hood. Little did I know in those heady, happy days of being a Tesla owner that driving my car was soon to become the vehicular equivalent of wearing a "Kick Me" sign on my back. First came the guys who liked to cross-examine me about how far my car would go on a single charge. These guys usually owned an F10,000 pickup truck or something similar that could go 1,000 miles without having to gas up, and which had its own bathroom, so you didn't have to stop for that either. Then came the guys who wanted to know what I was going to do when my car burst into flames in my garage and burned down my house. The next group assumed that I'd purchased the Tesla to save the planet and wanted to bait me into an argument about whether the ingredients that go into a car battery are more damaging to the environment than the stuff coming out of the tailpipe of their pickups. Being neither a chemical engineer nor a connoisseur of Facebook memes, I had no idea. I tried to defend myself. I explained that I'd paid my dues. I bought my first pickup in 1970. I sold my last one in 2020. That's 50 years of gas-powered pickup trucks, 50 years of pumping gas, changing oil, and adjusting carburetors, 50 years of replacing spark plugs, belts, radiators, starters, alternators, transmissions, and catalytic converters. 50 years of car mechanics. I was old. I was tired. I just wanted a break from it all. You would think I had tortured puppies. I apparently get no credit for 5 decades of owning and maintaining pickup trucks, even though I've never had anything to haul. The only thing that counts is what is in your driveway today. I was taking heat from my friends who leaned redneck, but at least I still had the support of my lefty friends. I live on the dividing line between urban and rural, so there were plenty of vegetarian tree huggers willing to give me kudos. They weren't willing to give up their precious Subarus for full electric, but considered it courageous of me to have done it. Then Elon Musk went over to the dark side. I turned around, and all my lefty support was gone. I'm an old white guy, so I peruse the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal every morning. Despite my addiction to current events, I couldn't name the CEO of any car company other than Tesla and Elon Musk. Ford, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Honda, Toyota? I got nothing. But every person in the world knows that the billionaire man-child, Elon Musk, is the CEO of Tesla. Elon's character quirks are legion, but not until he embedded them in national and international politics did he alienate the Subaru liberals who were keeping my social standing alive. Seeing a Cybertruck in the president's motorcade started the slide, and every day that Musk shows up for another of his bring your child to work days in the White House, my social standing plummets. Hollywood stars are selling their Teslas and donating the money to the poor. something I won't do because I can't afford it. I had every intention of driving this car until I am so old they take my license away. I could trade for a different electric car, but with Musk's political ascendance, the value of my Model Y has plummeted. I'm stuck with it. I hope that after being abandoned by my lefty friends, my redneck buddies might return and fill the void. That hasn't happened. My Trump-supporting friends show no more love for Tesla or electric cars in general than they did prior to Musk running the country. I'm a church-going guy. In the pews, we learn about brotherly love, and out in the parking lot, by what we wear and what we drive, we set the hierarchy by which that brotherly love will be distributed. For many years, the Subarus and Birkenstocks held a slight edge. Recently, that has tipped a little in favor of monster trucks and cowboy boots. And now there's me, a Tesla and a pair of chuckas. All alone, a man in his car, without love. Thanks for listening. I'm Kris Kepler, and I hope you enjoyed listening to these stories as much as I enjoyed narrating them. I'd love for more people to hear these wonderful stories, so please share and tell your friends.